Everyone, I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Um, so I have really good news. Uh, I'm happy. We hit our goal for the first time ever. We've actually hit a goal of subscribers I've actually set for us. We hit 182 subscribers before the end of January. And so I mean that's good. We hit it yesterday. And so yes, thank you guys for that. If you are a new subscriber, thank you. And if you are an old subscriber, thank you again for being subscribed. And if you're a viewer and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We have about 6 videos a week out. Um, they're pretty long and yeah, but so today we're going to be oh wait, but yeah, what kind of things would you guys want to see more of? What do you guys like to What do you guys like to like? So I said I was going to do face cam, but I don't really think you guys would want to see that. So please leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys would want to actually see. Okay? So just tell me anything. You can tell me like if you guys want, if there's a new type of video you guys want, like or something, and I'll try to do it. So yes, so you guys can go ahead and comment down below and do that. But we're going to be looking at this potential nor'easter pattern. And then we're going to be looking sort of at the long term for early February, and a little bit at the second half of February. So let's go ahead and get started here. So right now we have a system in the northwest, which is going to be sort of going down slope. We'll see how we'll track that. We see how it. And that'll sort of that little wave of energy will come out, and then it'll go down into the south by Texas here. Okay, and then it will. This is our start of our nor'easter. This is Friday afternoon here. We have a sort of a weak area of low pressure here. We start to see rain showers to the north hitting land. Some of those are going to be pretty heavy too. Yeah, we see this. There is going to be some cold. There is some freezing temperatures. The freezing line's about right there. So there is some potential for some snow in this storm system. It could be pretty large. We're gonna have to see though. I'm trying to get this to stop loading. Don't cooperate. But let's go to Saturday morning. Let's go to Saturday morning. This is going to be moving, coming out of the Gulf pretty fast here. So Saturday morning, the low pressure is circled over Florida right there. We see a big, probably big rain shield. Cold front sort of like that, and warm fronts bringing a lot of rain up to the north through portions of Georgia, North Carolina, and even maybe a potential in the mountains of North Carolina to start to see some snowfall. At that time, and then let's go Saturday morning here. Saturday morning, it strengthens again. This could be a very strong nor'easter. We're gonna have to see though. But it's at 1,002 millibars in South Carolina right there. Still bringing pretty strong rain to the east. We do see some snowfall in the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia right there. See a little clipper right here, which we have the average freezing temp Saturday morning is going to sort of be like this. Some of the models have been agreeing that for me, I could see some snow with this. So we're gonna have to see because there could be some snow on right in the backside because 540 lines like that. So it's pretty cold out in this area, but it's just going to be bringing some warm air up. But you'll see what I mean in a second. So this is Saturday afternoon now. It's pretty strong off the coast. 993 windy conditions behind it back in Georgia, Alabama. Clipper right here, weak little clipper. We see some snow from northern Virginia up to Maryland, Washington, D.C. potentially, and Pennsylvania right there. Now, everything I'm saying here, don't count on that happening because one thing or key thing we're going to look at the end of this video, or sort of in the middle of this video, is the Canadian model, which says it's not really going to turn out like this. But two models sort of agree with this. This is now Saturday afternoon. We see on the backside of this that clipper in this strong low pressure at 983. This is going to be helping to provide some rain. Look at that clipper right there. Could be bringing some snow to Tennessee, maybe even north of Georgia. So really pay attention to that. Pennsylvania, maybe some snow up to north of New York City, sort of like that. We see that snow. And then later we see some pretty good snow in the Appalachians. Average freezing temperatures like this. See it not like that, but we see a pretty big, sort of a pretty big cold shot in the back edge of this. So that could be bringing some actual southern snow potential for what to see then. But this could bring some pretty heavy snowfall to some of the areas that haven't really gotten it this year, and like the coastal areas in the northeast. It's at 971 millibars. It's pretty strong. So as we go later, this is 12Z Sunday. We see it's starting to warm back up. Like It's starting to warm back up. Winds are like that. Not like that, but they're coming out of the southeast. So it's starting to warm up here, so we don't really have to worry about snowfall. There's it's going to be a region. It's going to be pretty dry. We'll see a ridge like that and then a trough back here. But we are going to be seeing, look at that heavy snow for portions of Maine, Boston, 963 millibars. That's a pretty strong nor'easter. Sunday afternoon it gets stronger, 957. That thing is going, if this actually happens, that thing is going to slam Halifax in Nova Scotia, which won't be good, but we do see, look at that giant band of snow right there, and then see that sort of move out, and could see a few southern snow potential. We see that, look at that, chance for some snow in the south. We see that a little bit of chance of some freezing rain right there. We see if that happens, that's going to be the biggest snowstorm in the year so far, probably. Looks fairly strong in snow for me and freezing rain, but yes, that's the GFS model with the nor'easter. If we look at snowfall totals with the GFS right there, just that storm by this or next weekend. Let's see here, it's gonna take a minute because all right, there we go. Stop that. We will be looking at some good snow. Not an extreme amount. We'll be looking at maybe 1 to 4 inches along some areas of the coast. New York City, maybe not even any. It's been a pretty there's been a lot less snowfall. A snowfall, I guess, deficiency, pretty much, for most of for Canada and down to into the U.S. There just hasn't been a lot of snowfall. Then look at that. If that happens, because I mean that's not normally, if you get that storm, it'll be like the latest hour, but it's not that happen. It happens out it's only about 2 weeks out. So I mean a little bit less actually. So if that actually happens, it will probably be a pretty strong winter storm. Let me see. Look at that, all that snow for that thing could deliver. But let's take a look at the European model now. So finally, this is done loading. So that's going to get started here. We're going to skip ahead till this weekend here. And Pivotal Weather is doing the European model for free. That's why I'm using it. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not paying for it on this computer. If I do get a new computer for my birthday, which is in February, which I hope I do, I might get it. But I mean, the Pivotal Weather is offering this for free, so there's practically no point in getting it. Because I mean, I already have it right here. But yes, this is Friday morning. We start to see some showers on the coast, but nothing really. All right, so now this crosses over Florida here. So these two models, the European and the Canadian, are not really saying this is going to be a strong nor'easter. So one of these is going to slip, and I think that might be the GFS model that could slip here, because we see it's down there like that, and then we move this. And we see it doesn't really deliver any snow, but there will be a system to the north that will deliver a little bit of maybe snow showers up to the northern portion of the area, or the interior portion. But yeah, we don't really see that. So we're gonna have to look at that because we're not gonna really, according to the European model, we're not gonna really even see a snowstorm. Okay, so let's take a look at the Canadian model now. So the Canadian model doesn't say we're going. It says we're going to see one actually. Okay, so the Canadian one, I made a mistake when I said that about a few minutes ago about the European model. Saying it was because I was looking at the Canadian model on Pivotal Weather, and so because Pivotal Weather looks completely different than Tropical Tidbits, so that's why. But the Canadian model says it's going to be the strongest, so we're gonna have to see which one's going to slip here. One of them is probably going to slip, and it's going to be in the next 2 days, maybe even by tomorrow's video. So we're gonna have to see. But we do see Sunday morning we're going to be looking at the potential for some snow through Pennsylvania down to the Appalachians and Virginia. We see it in Michigan on the back edges because we still have that little clipper system too. Right there we see it like that. And then we see, look at this. I don't know what that says right there. 988. It's probably 966 right there maybe. That's pretty strong. That's going to be delivering a lot of heavy snow. 976, I think. 965 right there. Look at that. Ton of heavy snow for New York City. Let's look at that. It's going to both of the GFS and the European, or the GFS and the Canadian model says there's going to be a nor'easter. Canadian model has it the strongest though, and it has a potential for same potential as snow for maybe northern Georgia and areas of the south that haven't seen any. but we'll have to keep an eye on that potential south snow. So don't get your hopes up. But the European model doesn't really say this is going to be happening at all. So we're gonna have to look at that. Let me see. Yeah. So there's gonna be like two little storms. Real quick, I guess I would say this. So we have this one right now in the southeast. Just two little storms that could bring some snow to Kansas right there. The second one, but then we have the big one, the big nor'easter. So yeah, let's look at the potential amount of snowfall if this one here. All right, let's let that load. All right, so snowfall. It's going to be a lot more. Of course, we see. Look at that. 12 inches in portions of New York. It's going to be a big snowfall maker if that does happen. Look at that. A ton of snow in this area. New York City. So let's say 41 over New York City. Because I know that's probably not going to happen. Because sometimes the Canadian model does overdo some of the cold air. But, yeah. Why did I zoom in on the southeast? Okay, here we go. Let's see. No, that's at 2021. Okay, so yeah, we could be looking at some pretty good snowfall for the northeast. So we are going to have to be watching that. But don't get your hopes up yet if you like snow, or don't get sad if you don't like snow. Let's take a look at the pattern when we go into early February. So right after we see that big nor'easter, we're going to have we're going to be seeing a trough come in. We start to see the jet stream like this. You have a ridge sort of in the central portion of the country, and then we have a little bit of a trough for the east, which could be bringing some below average temperatures. But and let's slip ahead to a little bit later. It's going to be switching up pretty fast, and by Tuesday the 4th, see a little bit of a trough in the central portion and a little bit of a ridge forming in the east. So yeah, and then let's switch it again. Let's go to like the really next pattern change. That's going to probably be could be a pretty good cold blast for the central portion of the country around the 6th or the 7th of mid-February. See a big trough and then a pretty big ridge for the east. But in the central portion of the country, we have a pretty good trough right there. So yeah, it hits the east, but it sort of fizzles out. And then look at that big area of cold for the west. That big ridge for the east, and then it does stay pretty cold for the west. But then by the end of this, in the second half of February, we're gonna have to see, because this is pretty far out. But we're looking at the CFS model here. This is going to be it could potentially be a pretty big ridge in the west and a pretty big trough in the east here. And that could be bringing some pretty below average temperatures. If we go ahead and take a look at what actual temperatures could be doing around here, let's take a look. Try to find that hour right there. All right. So this is where we're just looking at temperatures. So the trough, actually, I'm surprised at this. It was that big of a trough. You'd think there'd be cooler temperatures, but no, just like 20 degrees and just like 19, maybe some negatives for northern Minnesota. But we do see some pretty cold air up in Canada, 15 degrees below zero up in Canada, but it's not going to really be making it down. So we're looking at, but maybe a little bit of a colder February than January, because January has been pretty not cold air, but we're going to have to see, because as of right now, it's not going to be super cold. So, yes. But that'll wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe. By the end of February, let's try to hit 190, maybe 200, if I can get some good live streams going, because that seems to be what you guys like. Although in the past 2 weeks, we haven't had any live streams. We did gain 5 subscribers, so that's good. And yes, it's more motivating when I'm gaining subscribers now. I actually sort of want to film YouTube videos, instead of how it used to be back in September, and I was losing subscribers a lot. But I want to try and make it so my most viewed videos are not back in March and stuff when my YouTube channel started. I don't know why that is, but yes. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I'll be filming weather relations tomorrow. Peace out.